For other games scheduled for today, Alina Korniva will be up against Valeria Saviak, as Daria Saviak will be up against Eliza Mertens. Sofia Lazare will be up against Onye Connie Woog by 9:45. Remember, we're live on Facebook, YouTube, Solutions 939 FM. Let's have your say, comments, contributions on these platforms. Remember, you can also tweet at us via X, Solutions 939 FM. Let's go straight to the second half of the show where we talk football. And hey, guess what? There is updates coming from the Super Eagles camp, including Rivers United.
News, sports, entertainment, top 100 music on your Remedy Radio dial. Solutions 93.9.
Do not touch that dial.
Welcome back. Still Kickoff Sports Show on Solutions 939 FM. My name is OLADAPO. Couldn't be in case you're just tuning in for the first time. And well, we're done with tennis, basketball. Now let's talk football. This morning, where Rivers United will play their CAF Confederations Cup home games at the Gospel Akpabio Stadium in Uyo. The Confederation of African Football released the list of approved venues for the group stages on Tuesday. Stanley Eguma's side have now been denied the use of their home ground, the Adoke Amasimeka Stadium, Port Harcourt, for the second season. The Port Harcourt club also played their group stage home games in the competition at the Gospel Akpabio International Stadium last season. Well, remember, Rivers United in Group C with Club Africain of Tunisia, Ghana's Dream FC, and APC Lobito of Angola. The former Nigerian Premier Football League champions were eliminated at the quarterfinal stage of the competition last season. Now let's talk about Nigeria Super Eagles this morning. We know they carry lasts.
Oh no no. Carry last. What I know. From the east to the west. Now we dey carry first. From the north to the south. Go reach the south. We go see say we get mouth, cause we know they carry last. Nigeria know they carry last. We dey ball like Okocha, or Aziza to Shola, Agba Bola, and we fit carry shoulder, cause we know they carry last. Oh no no, we no fit carry last. So raise your hand wherever you are, 2 fingers for me if you love that. Your love, we both get it pasta, but we live on for them, cause now we get superstar. But now we see the video. If you feel me, let me know, cause we know they carry last. What are you there for Canada? Borile or Ibaja? Whether you come from Italo, Birmingham or from Kano, one thing I know, Eminado. Now we they carry the world, so we know if we carry last. We know if we carry last. Yeah. So raise your hand
Okay, well, if you're flashing the green and white jersey this morning, or you are also flashing that NFF jersey this morning, or you're jumping on the Super Eagles social media handle this morning, Babafemi Rajes updated this morning of players in camp. Najano they carry last by Cole Bams. Now let's go straight to Super Eagles camp this morning. Remember, they'll be facing opponent for the friendly games scheduled to go down. Well, remember, they'll be facing Mozambique and Saudi Arabia. And while looking at the players in camp this morning, well, we have Francis Uzor, Ubey, Bright, Jordan Omero, Shemi Ajayi, Calvin Bassey, Chidozie Awaze, Bruno, Wilfred Ndidi, Oyedika, Aribo, Alex Iwobi, Samuel Chukwueze, Moses Simon, Ademola Lukman, Victor Osimhen, Mar Sadiq, Terry Murphy, and Boniface. Expected for arrival today is Bright Onyeka and Kelechi Iheanacho, and Fisaya. Unconfirmed arrival is Leke Ojo Leye Adebayo. That's the update coming from the Super Eagles camp this morning. Well, keep monitoring and we keep updating you. Check the time right now. It is 9:12 from Solutions 939 FM. Okay, so in the next few minutes, we'll be looking at some other updates. But remember, Super Eagles of Nigeria will be facing Saudi Arabia, Mozambique in friendlies in Portugal. And talking about that update this morning about the officiating World Soccer ruling body FIFA has appointed officials for next Monday's senior international match between Nigeria and Mozambique in Portugal. Portuguese official Miguel Nogueira will serve as match referee, while compatriots Paulo Braz, Ana Lloyd, and Bruno Vieira will work as assistant referee 1, assistant referee 2, and 4th official respectively. The encounter at the Estadio Municipal de Portimao next week Friday will be the 5th for both countries at senior level. Okay, now let's move away from the Super Eagles of Nigeria and let us talk about it is more of the hosting of the 2023 Euros. It is no longer news that the European football governing body UEFA has confirmed the UK and Ireland to host the Euro 2028, while Turkey and Italy have been awarded a 2032. Well, UEFA Executive Committee gave the green light to the 5-nation bid, which ran unopposed after Turkey withdrew last week to focus on its joint bid with Italy for Euro 2032. While reacting on the sideline of the joint host announcement yesterday, former Welsh international Gary Bill said the tournament would boost the game of football in Wales.
Yeah, it'll be massive, obviously, for Wales. Speaking as a Welshman, it'll be huge to get the fans really involved, to have it on home turf, to, I guess, create that legacy, to create new fans, and hopefully then we'll make the national team stronger in the future by having more participants. So, yeah, it's massive for Wales and everybody else in the UK and Ireland.
Okay, so meanwhile, the FA said some 3 million tickets will be available for the tournament, more than at any previous European Championship. Matches will be held in stadiums with an average capacity of 58,000. Well, I know there will surely be some other reactions, but hey, that was Gary Bill. I don't know if a lot of people have missed Gary Bill from football. But Tolu, you're here this morning. Good morning to you. How you doing?
Good morning, I'm good.
Okay, so let's talk about Gary Bill here. This man is out of football, but still in football. He was happy seeing the decision of UEFA yesterday. But, I mean, you're a Real Madrid fan. Looking at Gary Bill, maybe things are now coming to Wales when he's out of active football. And if you've missed Gary Bill, let's rate it 1 to 10. How have you missed Gary Bill?
I won't lie to you personally. I've missed him a lot. He had a real impact in Real Madrid.
So you people can say he had real impact in Real Madrid. I felt at some point Real Madrid fans were against Gary Bill.
At some point, but basically when you look at a player's skill, even if we look at character at some point, but now that he's gone and we've seen his skill, you know that it's not a player to just let go just like that.
Okay, talking about a player that is gone, not dead, but call it quit from football is none other than one man, Eden Hazard. But when we return from this commercial break, we'll talk more about that as Felicia Onifadi will also be joining us virtually. Do not go anywhere.
My name na Taiwo Kuka.
My name na Kende Kuka.
We be twins.
We small. Mama and papa then they joke say now only one pikin then they expect. But not two of us them get.
Actually, na me then they expect to. Na she then get as a wolf.
I beg you.
Na me be the golden child.
Anyway, our life be like this Momo 100% recharge bonus. Where we say you go get double of any amount where you recharge.
Go recharge your MTN line now for Momo app or dial *671# now.
Make Momo summer you better bonus.
Download the Momo app now or dial *671# to enjoy. Momo better pass cash.
One day, na so bag with plenty money just appear for inside one Olanrewaju compound. 2 seconds, everywhere burst.
Let me get a bag. May nobody see my radar.
Hey.
Let me face him. We cannot see you near.
You say waiting. As the landlord of this yard, so me be the rightful owner of that
Hey, Oga landlord, what could not find your size? We die here.
Have they come on see? Come on, you won't collect.
Now who come get this bag? Now for the new series, Akpo, we go know.
Follow the Yawa way buster. Take off this bag where money full. On top the new Africa Magic Show, Akpo. Come see the long throat and Kasala way scatter ground. From 18 September, every Monday and Tuesday by 6:30 for evening. On top Africa Magic, Yoruba Channel 2. Go TV. Love it.
Are you a dedicated farmer involved in cultivation or livestock farming? Then we've got exciting news for you. Introducing Farm Link Up, your gateway to start selling your farm products faster and say goodbyes to spoiled farm produce. Farm Link Up is the largest online market platform for farmers in Africa and globally. Not only that, it connects buyers to fresh farm products at very affordable prices, and farmers can now sell their products faster. If you are a farmer that has in stock of essential equipment, crops, fertilizers, pesticides, and livestock, Farm Link Up is your one-stop solution. Simply register at farmlinkup.com and start to post your products on the platform for free on farmlinkup.com, as buyers are already waiting for you. For more inquiries, simply call 0901 234 5555 or visit farmlinkup.com directly to unlock the boundless opportunities in the world of agriculture. Farmlinkup.com, connecting farmers to the consumers and the world at large.
Luis, steadily done. Good header from Costa. Now Hazard, awful lot of room between he and the goal. Coquelin doing his best to stay with him, he had no chance. Still Hazard. And still, Eden Hazard! Yeah! Oh, my goodness me! The genius comes up with another moment of magic. An extraordinary individual goal. And Chelsea are on their way to 3 points, courtesy of Eden Hazard, and a moment of sheer quality.
Okay, so I know a lot of Arsenal fans will not want to forgive me this morning for playing that goal effect from Eden Hazard when Chelsea defeated Arsenal. But hey, remember yesterday, Eden Hazard made his announcement to say goodbye to football, and a lot of people saying maybe made a mistake of going to Real Madrid. And that was what really affected his career. But before I allow a Real Madrid fan to speak this morning, Mark Lucio, Felicia Onifade is a Manchester United fan. He's also a football analyst. He's joining us virtually this morning as we look at situations that surrounded Eden Hazard. Good morning to you, Felicia Onifade.
Good morning, Dapo. I'm good to be back on radio.
Yeah, it's good to be back. Good to have you here. Now, let's talk about Eden Hazard. You saw the announcement yesterday, and a lot of people felt like this man should still be playing and maybe made a mistake of switching to the La Liga?
Well, for Eden Hazard calling it quits from football, I believe at the age of 32 years it's quite premature for most footballers nowadays, because we've seen people who ended their career at an earlier stage due to injuries, and I think that was actually what affected Eden Hazard during his time. Yes, he conquered England as a Chelsea player and did really well. He was, when Chelsea signed him up from Lille, he was the next best thing during his time at the age of 21. And looking at it, he actually proved his worth in England by conquering England, winning trophies with Chelsea. And at a good time, after he had won what he needed to win with Chelsea, everyone tries to look forward and move on to a better place. We saw the likes of Ronaldo. He did well with Manchester United. He moved to. We saw several people doing well and moving on in their career to see how they can conquer more territories. And for someone like Eden Hazard moving to Madrid, it was the best move for him, trust me. No one expected to.
It was the best move for him, but at some point, people felt like maybe it fell out again. I mean, with some coaches in the team, most especially for Carlo Ancelotti, and some saying that because of weight. But let me bring in a Real Madrid fan here. Tolu's a Real Madrid fan. What went wrong with Eden Hazard in Real Madrid? In a minute.
Yeah, I feel Eden Hazard didn't really get his touch when it was in Madrid, because people saw that it was not the Hazard they knew in Chelsea. When Hazard comes to the pitch in Chelsea, you know that, okay, there's this fear that comes with, okay, Hazard is on the pitch. He scores goals, he deals with defenders like they're his playthings. But, you know, as players grow older in this thing, like, there's not their prime. There's a particular stage in the players like where they come into their prime. I feel Hazard was not really still in his prime at that time.
Okay, so he came in as a player out of his prime.
No, I won't say totally out. But, like, look at Ronaldo when he moved. It was not really the same Ronaldo we knew in Madrid. Ronaldo will never miss a free kick.
Okay.
But
Tolu, thank you. But Felicia, you heard that. But for Hazard now, maybe you'll be expecting him to be on the sideline as a coach, or maybe just move out of football. I mean, no World Cup medal for him, although finished third at the 2018 FIFA World Cup. Your final message, where do you expect to see Eden Hazard?
I think for Eden Hazard, he is going to...
What did you say? Hello, Felicia, are you there? Oh, we have to reconnect with Felicia, but I mean, so Tolu, where do you expect to see Eden Hazard next?
I think he needs to start growing players. I think he has experience with team management and team movement.
Okay, so grooming players. But hey, we have to drop the anchor here, hang it, and go to the other side of the show where we look at headlines on the pages of Nigerian newspapers. Many thanks to Felicia Onifade, who joined us virtually. Apologies to the network. Tolu, thank you so much, and we hope that you will not have another Eden Hazard in Real Madrid.
I hope not.
All right, guys, you don't go anywhere, as we'll be looking at the pages of Nigerian newspapers, also behind the papers. Remember, something special is also coming up in the next few minutes where we celebrate the girl child. Do not move a muscle.
Solutions 93.9 FM.
News, sports, entertainment. Top 100 music on your Remedy Radio dial. Solutions 93.9.
Do not touch that dial.
right, it's a beautiful Wednesday morning in a beautiful city of Ibadan. My name is Adidamo LAFENWA. It's the 11th day in the month of October 2023. It's time for us to take you through some stories in today's national dailies. And of course, today is International Day of the Girl Child 2023. And on the program today, we have a guest that will be talking on the theme of this year's International Day of the Girl Child. Good morning, Dapo. How are you doing?
Damola LAFENWA, good morning to you. I know you like it when we are together, most especially Mondays.
Yeah, I was actually, when I knew today is going to be International Girl Day of the Girl Child, and I was expecting the beautiful Favor Laurentola to be in the studio with me this morning. But it's interesting, two guys talking about
yes, we need to take on. We need to take on the girl with fire. Okay. Not trying to be sexist here. But hey, well, this morning we've got with me The Nation and The Punch newspaper, and we have to quickly just slide into the headlines as we delve into the International Day.
Okay, I have the Vanguard with me, and of course the Nigerian Tribune this morning.
Okay, so let's go straight into the headlines.
It seems we are in the era of certificate saga. Okay, because just yesterday another story came out, and it's talking about, we've been talking about Bola Ahmed Tinubu certificate and discrepancies and the certificate, but now Atiku is in the news. I didn't forge my certificate. Atiku, he was talking about his WAEC certificate which has another name entirely. Okay, you want to read more of that, get a copy of the Vanguard newspaper this morning. It's found on page 33. IMF raises alarm over rising inflation. Moving away from that, FG to cut number of taxes to 9. General jailed 7 years by Army court-martial, page 6. Clerk decries deplorable state of roads in South. Moving away from that, I have this one talking about the Israeli war. Israel-Hamas war. FG halts pilgrimage as Lagos airlift 310 from Jerusalem. Okay, I knew this was going to affect the pilgrimage to the Holy Land of Jerusalem.
To the Holy Land, yeah.
Okay, that story is found on page 5. Moving away from that, I have this one saying, why court disqualified Bielsa APC candidate Silva? When I noticed that he was vying for the post of the governorship position of Bielsa, I was like, this man has been sworn in twice.
You see, when I read the whole story and I went on a background check, he won the election, and there was a tribunal, and there was an appeal. He spent just a month, and the court ordered for a rerun.
Yes.
And he won the rerun. So sworn in the second time. I mean, it's about the swearing in and not about the months spent.
Because according
as
to the
a governor,
Constitution, you can only be sworn in twice as a governor.
Okay.
But I think he's appealing the judgment actually now.
APC is appealing. We listened to Alex Morkan, who's the spokesperson for the All Progressives Congress this morning. But now let's go ahead.
Okay, bad roads. FG gives contractors 14-day ultimatum. Insecurity, we will help Nigeria overcome banditry, kidnapping, Boko Haram, EU. That's a good one. It's found on page 9. Reps to investigate the use of foreign currency as legal tender in Nigeria. I remember Favor and I were on the program one time like that, and she kept on asking, why do we do transactions within the country in foreign currency?
There
are some transactions you do within the...
yes, even some organizations, they pay their staff in foreign currency. So we know that.
Okay.
It still goes back to the Senate.
Okay, that's why reps is
the reps as well. So to see what they can do. But I feel Nigeria depends more on foreigners who have companies, organizations in the country, and we look at our naira compared to the money being spent within Nigeria. I know some countries you just have to spend their currency. I've never heard it in UK that they are spending naira.
Yeah, no.
Because if you have a Nigerian country, I mean a company owned by a Nigerian and is paying the staff in naira.
Even in the United States, I've never heard a company or anywhere that they make use of foreign currency to do local transactions.
All right, let's go ahead.
Let me take this last one from the Vanguard. It says NECA to FG begin plans for minimum wage review. That story is found on page 8 of the Vanguard newspaper.
Okay, going straight to the Nation newspaper this morning and looking at the state of the nation. Well, the cap headlines here. General jailed 7 years for stealing $2.1 million, 1.65 billion naira. And you can see the picture of the general with the, is it the neck guard now? Because everybody in this country, everybody's just full of drama. Now let's move on this morning. Social investments may return to presidency. And right after that headline, bill tabled at Senate. Going to Liberia, where 19 others await results in Liberia's poll. Israeli at war, only with Hamas, says envoy. I listened to the press conference yesterday in Abuja, and the man was saying that it is a battle of the good and the bad. Okay, now let's go. Federal government now to build concrete roads. Right as to this headline, some contractors who collected 33 billion naira from NNPCL have not been to sites, says Umai. Well, we'll listen to Dave Umai's voice this morning as well, who saying that some people are against him and he will take them to ICPC. The banner headline this morning from the Nation newspaper, IMF, growth coming with Tinubu's economic policies. Investors, rating agencies positive. ICANN, exchange rate reform, subsidy removal in order. We'll go straight to the next headline this morning. Next newspapers this morning. Maybe one or two headlines.
Okay, I have the Nigerian Tribune before me now. Army court sends Major General Muhammad to 7 years in prison. Orders refund of $2.1 million, 1.65 billion naira. Now, this is from Ondo State. Ayedatiwa appeals as Ondo Court strikes out case to halt his impeachment. Crude oil theft, Senate to probe security forces, militia groups. And I have this one saying, Nigerian employer pays over 60 different taxes annually. NECA, that story is found on page 6. Let me take this one, talking about the Works Minister, Dave Umahi. He said contractors in gang up against FG over policy on asphalt. These and many more stories will be found on the pages of the Nigerian Tribune this morning.
Okay, punching down some headlines here. Inflation to slow Nigeria's growth to 2.9%, says IMF. I'm picking this from the Punch newspaper. The banner headline, Forex crisis. Naira plunges to 1,025. 1,025 kobo. Is what I'm thinking?
No, it's 1,025
naira. Okay, so I was discussing with a colleague yesterday that I got some dollars some weeks ago, and I felt like I should have kept it.
You should have kept the dollars till now.
And now I should be balling.
You should be balling, cashing out largely.
Naira plunges to 1,025 naira per dollar. Job losses. A factory shut down loom. Okay. And we can see the front page picture this morning from the Punch newspaper. NCPC suspends pilgrimage to Israel. Lagos contingent returns. So the money they contributed to go to Jerusalem as 18 parties jostle for 5.4 million votes in Kogi, Imo, Bayelsa. NACO indicts 93 schools for cheating, blacklists 52 supervisors. Okay, so this morning we'll also be looking at what's the name of the girl that forged jam?
I can't remember the name.
I'll surely Miss Summer.
Miss Summer.
Okay, so we'll talk about her as well. But now going to the Kogi Imo Bayelsa, off-season election this morning. Remember, yesterday we got the update that on the Monday night, right? Tuesday morning. Today is Wednesday. There was a judgment that nullified. That is Timmy Silva from running for the office of the governor due to the fact that he has been sworn in twice. But here is Alice Morkan, who's the spokesperson of the APC, saying that they will contest that decision.
Outcome of the mischief workers in this matter. When you are in a political environment, I don't want to, cast aspersion on even the PDP in Bayelsa because of the kind of antics they do. This is simply a mercenary kind of lawsuit where those who are afraid of competing, in this case, Governor Diri, who is afraid of competing with His Excellency, Mr. Saber, has gone to, procure someone to bring an action. But what is regrettable is that the court, in fact, gave this decision. Like I said, there was no basis for it. But, we will test the strength of this judgment on appeal. That individual does 1 day, 4 years and 1 day, and then he's removed, and then he's barred from returning. What is the justice in that as well? You see, these are issues that, have to be contested and tested by the courts. The courts must also find creative ways of going around the injustice that is occasioned by this construction of the Constitution. Because it makes no sense that a day after you're sworn in, you're removed, and then you are barred from contesting. So the remainder of the 4 years that you didn't serve, it's lost for whatever reason. And the reason you didn't, serve may not actually be something that is your fault.
Okay, so we are still looking at what is happening, in Bayelsa, the Bayelsa state election. We know that of Kogi, that of Imo State as well. But if APC has a case to say they want to appeal, well, you can go to court when you are in doubt or you still want to, press further. But now let's talk about Dave Umahi, who has been dragging contractors, saying that he's taking them to ICPC.
But are also fighting me, who are also benefiting from the system. And that is the greatest problem we have. And they are just pretending. And I will flush those elements out and send them to ICPC to handle them, because nobody can hold this country to ransom. So I'm giving them the last chance to conform to what will help Mr. President to reset the country. And then we are also leveraging on the contracts we signed. It's 14 days we are going to give notice. I've had more than 10 different meetings with contractors where we discuss this. We developed the design. We even developed the cost of doing concrete from the first principle. How much is cement? And the cement factories, the Dangote, the Bua, they have agreed to give special discount to our contractors who are going to engage on concrete road pavement. And many contractors are already doing it.
Okay, so ministers, the Minister of Works versus contractors who have gotten jobs. So it is more of concrete roads and no going back. That is coming from former Governor
Dave Umahi
of
Ebonyi State.
Okay.
Okay, we have our guest analyst joining us virtually this morning. That is Comrade Ayodeji Ajishope. Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you, my comrade brothers.
Okay, nice to have you this morning. Let's start with I'm sure you listened to the issue from Bayelsa State talking about Tim Silva, the court ruling that he is not qualified to contest in the forthcoming gubernatorial election in Bayelsa State based on the fact that he has been sworn in twice on different occasions. Now, what is your take on that? Because APC is appealing that judgment.
Well, you see, thankfully, these are pre-election matters, and the courts are going to deal with it accordingly, and that is what they are doing. Their processes, and that is what the electoral body will abide by. I know it will go to the higher court, and there will be there. He has been sworn in twice as the governor of Bayelsa State. Well, those are legal issues, and it will be dealt with accordingly. And the courts will resolve it. And when the courts resolve it, we are going to see the way. The man was sworn in after President Jonathan went into office. You know, President Jonathan succeeded Alamisi.
Comrade, can you just maybe, because your background is noisy, can you just excuse yourself from that environment? Thank you.
Okay, I'm moving away from that noisy background.
Okay.
Moving away from that noisy background.
Because we have a few minutes to run on this segment.
Yeah, okay. It's going to get better now. So, he was sworn into office when President Jonathan became the vice president to, so he has been sworn in twice. If that is the situation, well, sworn in twice, how many years did he spend in office? You understand? There's also that question. You understand? He had his issues with President Jonathan. You remember, he didn't do 2 straight terms. You know, he did the first term, and he was supporting somebody else. And then President Jonathan, you know, he got the ticket. He got the ticket, and there was a judgment, and then there was a postponement. So when the primaries were to be held, President Jonathan, as sitting president, influenced the party position. And then the ticket, they said they had to do, he already had the ticket, but there was a postponement. They said they had to do the primaries all over again. And of course, he used presidential muscle to take the ticket away from him and give it to that guy that he went to the Senate. He was in the House of Reps then. Seriaka Dixon. Yes, he took the ticket and gave it to Seriaka Dixon. The court will resolve that, and we will see how the courts go about it. Nigerians are watching because you know the role of the courts in Nigeria's election matters in the past, since 2007 election. We know how the ones they call judicial governors, and that was when it started. And we're waiting and see the role of the courts in these processes. There are processes, and we are watching.
Okay, so finally, because we're switching the gears this morning, let's talk about David Umahi, saying no going back on concrete roads and saying he's going to take some contractors to ICBC. Can we see some ministers are just they are overworking or overzealous?
Well, you can understand the zeal that David Umahi is demonstrating. There is need for zeal. Nigeria is a 1 million square kilometer space. There are so many federal roads, and one of the advocates of return the roads to the state and the local government and empower them accordingly. The federal government cannot be building roads in Sokoto, building roads in Yenagoa, building roads in Lagos, building roads in Kaduna. It is not logistically easy. Imagine a minister touring Nigeria on roads alone. That is not the only thing that the minister does. But be that as it may, this is the second issue that the minister is going to have. You know, he locked workers out, and they told him that this is not state, this is federal. He said those who cannot cope, he will flush them out and refer them to ICPC. You see, there are processes. You don't deal with bureaucrats like that. There is a disciplinary, even junior staff. You cannot fire them anyhow, not to talk of senior staff. And senior staff starts from level 8. The processes are clear. So I think when you are going into a situation, you have to assess it. Not the same thing goes for the Honorable Minister of Federal Capital Territory. The same thing goes for him. You are former governors. That is why you are former governors. The federal structure is not state, where you go somewhere and lock them out, and they come before you like they did in Ogun, and they will start singing Babake, Babake, Ekwefumwa. That is not federal. You understand? They have to understand, but at the same time, bureaucrats are. I used to know a commissioner in this state. He said civil servants. He will say civil servants, they are evil servants. Yes, I And that is the encounter. What is commissioner? That was the encounter he had with them. They can slow things down. They can stagnate things. They can even frustrate things. So you have to understand them. You have to make them key into your vision, that it is a joint effort, that you are not coming with your own mandate and you're going to enforce it on them. It is not going to work. That will be confrontation. And it will not be in the interest of Nigeria. What Umahi is talking about is the fact that asphalt roads are no longer sustainable in certain parts of Nigeria. We have alternatives, viable alternatives in efficiency, in durability, and cost effectiveness. You understand? If a concrete road cracks, I don't need to go and look for asphalt that is not available. I just get, even the people in the area will just get bags of cement, you understand, and pour it there, mix. The thing will cake and then the road is fixed. But asphalt, what are you going to put there? So that is just it. But he has to make them see the vision and key into the vision. Of course, the vision of the civil servants, the bureaucrats, goes beyond service delivery. They have other vested interests that you and I understand. And those are the facts.
All right. Thank you very much, Comrade Ayodeji Ajishokwe, for your analysis this morning. As we switch to another party. I know you have a girl child, right? You have a daughter?
Yes, I do.
I hope you've celebrated that this morning.
Oh, certainly. And I have programs. I'm attending a program this morning, and I've stated a program for Sunday on Pendulum. And I'm bringing a girl child advocate, Edem Osai, on that show. So that tells you. And I have only female siblings.
Wow. In short, we need to bring you. Oh, okay. But there's no problem.
Comrade Ajishokwe, you are just like me. I am just the only guy in the midst of ladies. I have just female siblings too, just like you.
You see now. So we value the girl child.
Definitely. I mean, I love this, and this is how we'll be switching gears to the other side, where we celebrate the girl child on the show this morning, and we have a guest here. But I will use a song to introduce her. But thank you very much, Comrade, for joining us this morning. Okay, so let's go on a break, and when we return, we'll be bringing in our guests. Do not go anywhere.
One day, na so bag with plenty money just appear for inside one Olanrewaju compound. 2 seconds, everywhere boss.
Let me get a bag. May nobody see my radar.
Hey.
Let me face him. Me cannot see you now.
You say waiting. As the landlord of this yard, so let me be the rightful owner of that
bag. Oga landlord, what could not find your size? We die here.
Have come on, see. Come on, you won't call it.
Now who come get this bag? Now for the new series, Akpo, we go know.
Follow the Yawa way buster. Sake of this bag where money full. On top the new Africa Magic Show, Akpo. Come see the long throat and Kasala way scatter ground from 18 September. Every Monday and Tuesday by 6:30 for evening. On top Africa Magic, Yoruba Channel 2. Go TV. Love it.
My name na Taiwo Kuka.
My name na Kende Kuka.
We be twins.
We small. Mama and papa then they joke say now only one pikin then they expect. But not 2 of us them get.
Actually, now I mean then they expect to. Now she then get as a wolf.
I beg you.
Na me be the golden child.
Anyway, our life be like this Momo 100% recharge bonus. Where we say you go get double of any amount where you recharge.
Go recharge your MTN line now for Momo app or dial *671# now.
Make Momo summer you better bonus.
Download the Momo app now or dial *671# to enjoy. Momo, better pass cash.
She's just a girl and she's on fire. Hotter than a fantasy, lonely like a highway. She's living in a world and it's on fire, filled with catastrophe, but she knows she can fly away. Oh, she got both feet on the ground and she's burning it down. Oh, she got her head in the clouds and she's not backing down. This girl
Alicia Keys, Go on Fire. And well, what a song to introduce our guest this morning. She's Julia Afrechong, and she's the lady on, yes, the brain behind Go on Fire, a mentorship program for teenage girls. And this morning, we'll be talking about International Day for Girl Child. Good morning, Miss Afrechong. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
You see, when I played this song, she just smiled. So, let me just say I'm the only one who doesn't have a lot of ladies. No. I have just one. No, just one. I have a special lady in my life. Okay, that's fine. So, laughing being the only guy in the midst of family. No, just
in the midst of girls, just leave that.
No, once you say I told you, I mess up.
They can't come over long or not. So you get. So let's leave it at that. I'm just the only guy in the midst of ladies.
I see the reason.
Only female siblings.
Oh, okay. Okay. So, well, today is the 11th day of the month of October, and it is the International Day of the Girl Child, observed October 11. Well, the theme for the International Day of the Girl 2023, according to UNICEF website, is invest in girls' rights, our leadership, our well-being. So, Ms. Afrechong, let's talk first about a girl child. People always believe that, okay, a girl child is just when she's just around the age of 1 to 7 or 1 to 3. Do you think people should understand about a girl child?
A girl child. The true definition of a girl child.
So, of course, a girl child is a female, born female. And according to WHO as well, a child is someone who is, from 0 to 18 years of age. Once you're 18, you're an adult. Yes, so a girl child is a female who is still a child. And of course, everything we need to know about a girl child. A girl child needs to be protected. A girl child needs to be empowered. A girl child needs to, find her voice early, so that she can be a woman that contributes meaningfully to society. So yeah, I think that's basically what we need to know about a girl child.
So, I mean, with everything you just said now, there are lots of, do we call that misunderstanding? Most especially the pressure put on a girl child. You go on the street of Ibadan today, you see a girl child on the street hawking. You see a girl child used as a means of a child labor and the likes. And you see some of their mates in school. Is that the reason you are behind, the Girl Fire?
Okay, so Girls on Fire, first of all, is for girls who are yet teenagers, who are, and the teenage age sometimes comes with a lot of confusion. So yeah, at that point, this program provides, some form of mentorship and guidance to help them see life from the right perspective that you see it. Yeah, but talking about girls who are used for child labor, hawking, and all of that, I think it just comes from a cultural and societal standpoint, where they see girls as, domestic assistants, more of like domestic assistants, in the home. A girl child, once she's about 3 or 4, once she has a younger one, sometimes there's already a lot of responsibility on her neck. Go and bring your baby sister's diaper, go and bring your brother's, go and wash the plates, do this for your brother, do this for your mom, So from that age, the girl is already saddled with a lot of responsibilities, such that she starts to see herself as somebody that has to even contribute, financially, even as a child. So she would want to, go out to the street, hawk, make money for her parents and all of that. And permitting to add that this is part of the things that will make girls, more vulnerable to trafficking, because they are seen as people who will, she will sit down where we can't sit down. She's already used to being a domestic person in that sense. So yeah.
Okay. So with what you just said, talking about the pressure put on a girl child, most especially if she's the firstborn and she has siblings, you have to go do this, having a lot of responsibilities on their shoulders. What position are you in the family? Let me go ask.
I'm the first child.
So how many siblings do you have? Okay, let's hold it there. So we're out on the streets of Ibadan, to ask Nigerians. What's that opinion when they see a girl child? Because some always believe that, yes, you will, because there is a scenario I want to paint after this reaction from Nigerians about a girl child. Do not go anywhere.
I'd say that some of the things that people think when they see a female child is sometimes they see someone that is weak, someone that is constantly in need of help. They see someone that is always naive, never experienced. They see someone that they want to control. That's what I think about how some people see the female child.
High expectations of the female child, I think, because female child are expected to do well, like excel in the academics, care for the family, the household, the younger ones, and also the elderly ones, and also they should have good behavior.
I would say that things that girls face these days was that harassment, sexual assault in their working place, to add on to pressure. Some of the parents might put pressure on. Okay, like example, my mom was telling my sister to go and study medicine and surgery, but she said she wants to study theater, that she wants to start acting. My mommy was like, no, you got money because she leaves. So now your first one, if you are a lady now, all the pressure will be on you.
Okay, so someone just spoke your mind. I spoke our mind in that,
line.
In that line.
Okay, let me just add this, Julia. I'm sure you listened to this opinion from the people, but there's another angle that we haven't really talked about. In the African setting, a girl child has been seen as an inferior entity. Apart from the fact that they are being exposed to responsibilities from a very tender age, it's been believed in some quarters, especially in the African setting, that why do I need to spend so much on a girl child? I mean, we've heard of some stories whereby a male child is being sent to school while the girl child is being left to stay at home and do the house chores, because they say that at the end of the day, you are still going to be a wife to another man.
To be in the kitchen.
And you will be in the kitchen.
Let me also add up to it that, well, you are not going to get my son in my department.
That's another thing.
So the scenario I wanted to paint, I never knew Damola was going to speak from my mind. So there's this lady I know, which I had to train, and her younger brother was sent to a private higher institution. She went to a federal institution. And, there have been a lot of issues concerning that. She happens to be the firstborn. And now, at a point in time, her mom will always say, when I was in your age, I was making money. I was spending for myself. I was bringing money home. And I feel like, okay, even if you want to train a child, is that the best way to train a child? Because now, both of them, I think there's now more concentration on the male child than the female child. Where do we get it wrong? Is it an African mentality with what Lavi said and with what is happening in the family I spoke about?
Largely African mentality, actually. That girls are seen as, it will shock you. And it shocked me when I heard it, even in this year, 2023, that there are still parents who do not want to invest so much in their girls' education. It's surprising to see when you already have women, who are doing great things in big places. Like, you are still thinking that a girl, you shouldn't invest in education because she's going to get married and she's going to, go and be somebody's wife and not bear your son in. I think for me, it also comes from not knowing the amount of potential that is in girls, that is in the female gender. Put anything to a woman's hands, anything at all, put in a woman's hands. You see how it will flourish, you see how it will blossom. Maybe in an office setting now, you're trying to do maybe keep money for something, organize something. Most times, if you put a woman in that place, you see how, meticulous she will do it. How, now imagine investing in education, investing in her, empowerment financially, socially and all of that. there's a lot that we can get from women if we invest in them. Even as those parents now who are not investing so much in their girl children, if you dare to do it, if you dare to send your child to the best school, your girl child to the best school, if you dare to empower her, you will reap the benefits for years to come. Because honestly, girls never really leave their parents. If you ask me, you know, when you're married as a girl, you already have your own children, but you're still concerned about your parents, concerned about your brothers, your sisters, you know. So yeah, if we invest in girls, we can get a lot. And I'm happy about this year's theme, which is saying invest in girls' rights, our leadership and our well-being. If we invest in girls, there's a lot that we can reap from it as a country. Even if you invest in women's education, there's a lot that we can get from it, because girls always, you know, they bring the difference every time.
I'm sorry, Mr. Faction. Let me just cut in here.
Okay.
Because I know you're already, you're coming with this energy, but what of the situation where you invest in a girl child, she's been sent to school, you go to primary school, the class captains you have, they are male children. You get to secondary school, when they start picking prefects, the head, okay, yes, now we have the head boy, the head girl. I don't know if things have changed now.
Still the same.
But when you get to higher institution, class reps, course reps, they are male. And they now give the assistants role to the female. Look at politics. You look at the governorship elections, we have more of males. And even in a particular state where they made an announcement, that should be Adamawa, and people were already celebrating that the woman won an election, but a few days later, there was, we had different drama. And at the end of the day, the incumbent, who happens to be a male, returned elected. Are we seeing a situation where a woman is seen, or a girl child is seen as a weaker vessel, or not strong enough? Or now, we now look at the angle, because this woman who contested who was said to have won, went to face the media. She received congratulatory messages. At the end of the day, some always say that if a woman is confident, if a female child is confident, she's proud and she's not respectful. Where do we clear this in this situation?
Yeah, so because of patriarchy, that word I'm going to say, because of patriarchy, there's that, belief that a woman is supposed to be, meek, respectful, submissive to all the men, and that's very funny. And that's why you see that situation. I was actually thinking about it, coming on this show, thinking about how when we had elections in university, they would say, they'll make the lady to be the assistant or the vice, and give the guy the actual power. And I don't know, it's really just ingrained in the fabric of, the society right now. It's just so cultural that everybody just sees a woman as, on one side. And I think it starts from the foundation of family, actually. I think that's where we can start to make the difference. The foundation of family. What do you tell your daughters? What do you tell your sons about your daughters? How do you, involve your daughters in decision making in the family? How do you involve your daughters in their education? How do you involve them in decision making about themselves? Because sometimes, you see a girl wants to make a decision, they will tell her to go and call her brother. So, some men, I heard of a very funny story. A man hit a woman on the road and said, I don't want to talk to you. And he hit a woman's car, And the woman came down to confront him and he says, no, I don't want to talk to you. Go and call your husband. It's like, so women are seen as, I beg, one side. And that's not that's not right at all. I think that it starts from the foundation.
It starts from the foundation.
Yes, from the foundation.
So now let's look at the case of Ms. Oma Jikeme. Remember the lady who was in the news of, the UTME results forgery. At some point in time, the Innocent man said he was going to sponsor her education. Were you shocked when she later came out to accept the fact that that result was forged? Because a lot of people were backing her, supporting her. Were you shocked? And what does that really portray about? Is it about a female child now or about the young ones? Because some said, it's because she's a lady. That is why a lot of people were supporting her.
Well, I was shocked when, the whole thing blew up and she came out to, later admit and all of that. But I think that people are bad. If people are bad, people are bad. If a person is corrupt, a person is corrupt, regardless of their gender, regardless of, who they are. And I think also, yes, I'm happy that women are beginning to get, I don't want to call it sympathy now, maybe more empathy from society. Girls are beginning to be looked upon with more favor in that sense. So, and this is just one of many cases where the person has, maybe misused, this empathy that's come to us, misused this concern that society now has for, the female gender. So, I think if people are bad, people are bad. If people are good, they are good, regardless of, their gender or their sex. Yeah.
Okay, because look at different cases. There's this lady who was, we're talking about maybe the most expensive bra. She's in, I think she's in the UK, but she's also involved in corruption cases. I've forgotten her name now. And because she's a lady, maybe more attention is on her. The midsummer of this case talk about other people who are involved in corruption cases. But when and when it comes to the male side, they just like corruption is corruption. Anybody can, if you look at the front page of the Punch this morning, you look at a general, is it the Nation? A general who faced general jailed 7 years for stealing $2.1 million and 1.6 billion naira. People just fade it off because it's just a male sex. But let's talk about making a girl child strong, making them understand why we're not about where they stand, to also make Nigerians understand that we are all citizens of this country. This is a strong girl, Waje and Nigerian All Stars, and when we come back, we'll talk about how a female child can be stronger.
Okay, it's still AM Update on Solutions 93.9 FM, and we're speaking with Julia Afichonga, the convener of Girls on Fire. Now, Julia, back to you now. Now, we're talking about this great challenge that a girl child has been facing as regards being seen as an inferior entity or second fiddle because of the African setting. And even I have some friends that, you'll see some situation whereby a man and a woman got married and started having female children only, and the girl, it's believed that if you haven't had a male child, you have not had, and another thing is, this thing has a religious undertone as well too. There are some religious organizations that being a female, you can't even man the altar to say prayers or to lead prayers. Now, do you feel this challenge can be won? And if it is so, what is Girl on Fire, your foundation, doing to at least to enlighten the people that this shouldn't be so?
Yeah, so first of all, I recently heard of something called a deadly preference, which is like the preference of a male child over a female child. And that is very dangerous. It's like, so once somebody is born, just the fact that they are born a girl is the disadvantage to them already. And it's very funny, but that's what we see. That deadly preference of preferring a male child to a female child. And it's been going on for so long, even till now.
Even till now, yes.
You think that people who are educated will not have issues with that, but you still see people say,
well educated and still having the same thought.
I'm looking for a male child, or I need to have a What happened to your 4 girls? Are they not children? So what Girls on Fire is doing currently concerning empowering girls, what we do is majorly to empower the girls themselves, not even the parents now or the society at large, but we empower the girls in such a way that they have such a strong foundation and a strong like they're centered. They know their worth. They know that they should be educated, they should be empowered, and they're also trained to be resilient. So when they grow up and they see things, these challenges, some of them don't even have to grow up before they start seeing challenges, in the family, being sidelined, being pushed aside, but they have they've been empowered from within to face these challenges and rise above them, hopefully. So yeah, that's what Girls on Fire does. The mentorship is focused on the girls themselves, not the parents or the society.
Okay. Yeah. Now, you listen to the song Strong Girl. Names are mentioned. The Kutis, the Kojo Wialas, and the like. Yeah. So maybe it is more of exposure then. Most of these people, they had people behind them to send them to school and to make them understand that they have future. How can we make that girl child strong and not have that ego that because some people will tell you, I cannot work under a female boss because a female boss can be bossy, and when they say what a man can do, a woman can do better. But some people don't want to say it that way. But how do I check the orientation that makes a lady feel like, oh, they don't want me to get there? But how can I be stronger and also walk tall?
Let me quickly start taking on from the second point where you said people say they don't want to work under female bosses. Interestingly, I've worked under female bosses on 2 sides of the divide. One who was very mean and nasty, and another who was very kind, compassionate, empathetic, and all of that. So that made me come to the conclusion, because when I first worked with the mean boss, I was like, I wouldn't want to work under a woman. So I'm working under women now, and I'm seeing the difference. So now I've come to the conclusion that when people are bad, they are bad.
It's more of an individual thing.
Yes, regardless of their gender. So yeah, back to the first point. Sorry, remind me again.
Yeah, I mean, when you can make them, stronger, not make people feel like, oh yeah, it is ego, and not about what she knows.
Yeah, so I feel like girls should be empowered. Girls should be empowered with education, with exposure. From a young age, when you are already being, pushed to, play with only dolls and teddy bears, and they're not giving you cars or, machinery toy to play with, to lose it and even find out what's inside. The way they say children are curious, they want to know what's inside this machine, what's making it sound like this, you know. When from a young age you're already pushed to that, you know, onto that side of the line, you would grow up feeling like, you know, feeling thrown off balance when you get to places where you may have to, you know, express critical thinking sometimes, you know, solve some kind of problems that are male. They'll say, oh, this is a masculine thing. But I think from the young age, as I said earlier, from the young age, girls should be empowered with education, first of all, formal education, and also in the home. Don't make your girl feel like she's responsible for her brothers, or she's responsible for everybody's problem in the house. That's what makes people grow up, women grow up with self-esteem issues, with, you know, not wanting to take care of themselves, love themselves, you know, because they see, if I, you know, she's been so responsible, she's been so saddled with a lot of responsibility. So gender equality should start from the home. That's what I'm trying to say. Gender equality should start from the home. Health and well-being of the girls should be prioritized. Sexual education, health, you know, empower her to take care of herself, take care of her health, be concerned about herself, about her health, you know, be aware early, empower girls to be aware. And I think all this will lead to economic prosperity, even for the nation, apart from the family, even for the nation. When girls are empowered, they contribute meaningfully to alleviating poverty, because women don't most times women don't, you know, back down, don't look back on, you know, they are compassionate. So if it's in their power to help, if it's in their power to, you know, alleviate poverty, they would. We've seen this so many times. So yes, when we empower women, it has economic benefits, benefits for the nation and for the family.
Okay.
So,
all right. Let me just ask this final question.
Okay.
Do you see a female president in Nigeria anytime soon?
Yes, hopefully. Hopefully. You don't know what it did to me when Hillary Clinton contested for the position of president in America in 2016. It's you know, broke so many shackles off my mind, and I think it did the same for so many other girls out there. You know, so I see in Nigeria we can have a female president. Maybe not now, but honestly in years to come, if we continue, if we keep at this, if we keep at the efforts that is being invested in the female gender, I believe that at some point a female president will emerge from Nigeria. Amen.
Somebody! She has a lot of female daughters. Yes, and I don't know if my wife is going for any political position very soon. Are you also planning to go into politics anytime soon?
We don't know what the future holds. Maybe. Maybe. Just maybe.
Okay, so well, we have to wrap this up this morning, and we'd like to say a very big thank you to our guest this morning.
Yeah, Julia Apachon, the convener of Girls on Fire. Thank you very much for at least giving us shedding light on how a girl child should be treated as we commemorate this year's International Girl Child Day.
Remember the theme for today, today's International Day of the Girl Child is invest in girls' rights, our leadership, our well-being. I know you are thinking of you want to give a final word. Okay, let's give today's your day. Just take it.
Yes, okay, so my final word will be to girls. You know, all the girls listening to me, teenagers, young girls like myself, you know, don't put yourself in the box that they put you. Come out of the box that they've put you and be yourself. Find your true self and express yourself. Don't let anybody box you into any, this is what you should be, this is what you should do, this is what you should study, this is where you should get married. No. Do you, the world will adjust. Men have been doing them for a long time and nothing has happened. You do you. The world will adjust. Yeah.
The world will adjust.
I like that.
Okay, so we have to adjust this morning and we have to wrap up the show. Well, my name is OLADAPO Okunubi. It has been an interesting time with you.
My name is Adidamala LAFENWA.
Okay, so this is the Pato ranking Wilma. Wilma featuring Bera. I mean, he celebrated his female child in this song. I know she was smart.